Welcome. There is a game where a cute little ball of fur is set on a fiery course for revenge and needs to master gun, blade, and genetically enhanced skills for a chance to survive. This is the saga of a game called Biomutant. When this game was announced ages ago, I started following it closely because of one of the promises the game made, and maybe that was naive of me. See, the game promised mutations, but it turns out that didn't mean shapeshifting or extra limbs, so it was a little disappointing, but it still turned out to be a fun game. The game starts by showing a rodent-like creature running away from something as fast as possible. He pulls a gun at it, and out of the jungle comes a wolf-looking dude, 4 times its size. A battle follows where the tiny hero decides to make a stand, shredding the big bad wolf's weapon in half. But the best part is I can totally do it in the game too, and I have to admit, that is pretty cool. But I'm getting carried away, this isn't how the game begins, so let me take it back a little. The game starts with a character setup screen that allows me to pick one of 6 races to define base stats. Strong but dumb, smart but weak. Then a second screen actually lets me fine-tune that decision, changing my stats and the way my body looks accordingly. This is followed by a short walk through the jungle with the narrator discussing my return to this place, that I left after some tragedy. And now it seems tragedy is about to happen again. This guy already. When was it decided that games needed a boss fight for the tutorial? And that's what this is. Learn how to fight, dodge, parry, and then combine all of that to get some sweet combos. Leading up to the moment where the boss's weapon is torn apart, and the moment I find this guy walks around with a naval mine as a secondary weapon. Time to get out of here. Lucky for me, I've landed in some sort of underground bunker where I'm safe from the explosion, but from the frying pan and into the fire. Some creatures have not really evolved in a gracious way, and I would hate to be their dinner. Let me serve them bullets and blades instead, and leave for the surface. Sadly, it seems this place is also overrun with bandits. And it seems they're causing some sort of trouble that I should check out, but I have to get the door open, so it's puzzle time. Match the colors and the door opens. Turns out they're attacking an old guy on a wheelchair. Gotta show him who's boss, so it's time to rain bullets and dash and slash until every one of them is down and the old man is safe. As it turns out, he knows me, and it's time for a trip down memory lane to see where from. I'm brought back to the days when I was barely a furball. And this dude was trying to make me understand the importance of the tree of life, the one thing keeping everything alive after the toxic calamity humans created a lifetime ago. Back to the present, the old man asked for my help. The tree of life is in danger because of the world eaters, 4 giant creatures currently eating at the main roots of the tree of life, hiding on the very edges of the land. And I also learned there are 4 brave souls working to find ways to stop them, but they won't be able to do it without my help. But it begs the question, why are they such a problem? Well, here's one of them, pretty big, right? And the 4 of them are very capable of raising anything to the ground in a heartbeat, so I better get started. First, I need to check where I am by marking territory on a flagpole. I'm sorry, what? This gets me access to the map where I'll be able to look for the first 2 tribes that could help me fighting the world eaters. The world is ending and these guys can't stop fighting. Maybe they aren't so different from the humans that walked the planet before them. Wink. The first tribe leader looks like a hardcore samurai type, but the more he talks, oh man, clearly not the guy I'd asked for help to stop the world from ending. Of course, rejecting an alliance creates a new problem, but do I really want this guy to be my boss? Yeah, I'll pass. Maybe the other guy won't be so bad. A short pink hamster wearing a big hat, not as imposing, but at least he's saying he wants to join all the tribes and I can work with that. Shake hands and we're bros now. Well, he's still the one in charge, but it's my tribe too, I got to protect it. Especially seeing the other dude is now upset I turned my back on him, saying he'll only give me his weapon if I defeat him. Like sure, whatever, I don't want your stick anyway. But okay, this is a problem. Now I have to be sure all the tribes unite by taking their territories one by one, so later on they can back me up against a bigger enemy. Right now, I just need information, so I'll talk to people and see if they can share good stuff, like this guy who shared the location of buried treasure not far from here. Thank you, sir. There's of course the city's merchants that I also need to see what they have. This game likes to recycle merchants as much as the inventory though, which can be tricky when trying to get that sweet gear I found one time, but on the next was gone. All shops have items of all qualities though, and even if this was my first city, there was still some rare stuff available right from the start. Now, I actually didn't spend that much time with merchants because I didn't need to. Just in this city alone, I found a new jacket, a rare hat, and a bunch of upgrades for weapons and armor. The whole game is like that. There are wooden boxes, first aid kits, trash cans, car trunks, toilets, washing machines, microwaves, everything. Everything has loot in it. Though I'm not saying that looking around for treasure is boring. No sir. There's always secrets around the corner and reasons to look for it, even if just to make some cash selling it all back to merchants. Regardless, it doesn't take long to collect a good selection of equipment to choose from, and the choice is to benefit stats or to benefit overall protection. But I also had some fun looking at weird hats to wear too. Though I need to get on with the mission, and my first assignment is to actually go to the place where I grew up. However, there's a mump in my way. He's big and tough, but I just need to keep my distance, which I obviously don't, because I'm doing more damage than taking, so who cares about dodging, right? I also gained a level, so let's talk about that instead. A new level offers a base increase to one of the main stats like a lot of games do. I also get an upgrade point to buy perks that increase smaller stats like reload speed or to buy new combat moves. That's the basic stuff though. If I explore the map, I can find psi points and bio points to spend on mutations like spitting poison or levitating. So yeah, not really the mutations I expected, but still. Reaching the ruins of the village sends me spinning again in a spiral of memories, because it's time to face the past. Back to playing as the hopeful and young me on a day that should be like so many others. I get to remember my friend Goop, who tried to teach me how to swim, which is the game's way of saying I actually can't do it for very long. That's when my mom, the strongest warrior in this place, shows up saying I'm late for training. I promise to go, but I immediately get distracted by my friend Gizmo, who teaches me the importance of recycling, which is the game's tutorial on how to use resources and then crafting them into better weapons. Of course, there's something else in the way. This time it's 3 of my mom's disciples, the future tribe leaders by the way. They bully me and take away my custom-made sword, but I just don't care and instead decide to visit my dad. Now, as anyone could guess, it's another tutorial, this time about upgrading my armor. After all that, I finally get to train with my mom. It includes a funny training montage, and it does tell the story of the little mechanical grasshopper following me around. And that should be it. But that's when the wolf comes knocking, or actually burning everything to the ground. The narrator mentions this is because of something even deeper into the past, but right now we have to stop him, and I try to, but look at my size. I'm barely annoying him, so he just gets rid of me by throwing me in the water. Mom knows I can't swim, so she goes and dives right in to save me. But I was the bait. The wolf knew that water would make her an easy target. It's a Lion King heartbreaking onion-cutting moment here. No time for tears though, so Dad grabs me and tells me to run because the wolf is right behind us. I can't keep up, I trip and fall, so my dad tries to get us to climb instead, but the wolf is too fast and I have to watch as he kills what's left of my family. So now I remember what happened and why I have to make things right. And that sets the cue for the rest of the game. From this moment on, I'm free. I can go hunt down the giant fluffy monsters destroying the countryside while avoiding being devoured by them in the process, and not forgetting to collect the rare components they may drop, but I can also pursue any side quests I have, including chasing information about the world as it was when humans were still around. Obviously that leads to a lot of lore, treasure, and of course puzzles. A lot of puzzles. I can also become the terror of bandits all around, and in some cases even decide the fate of their hostages, which is one of the many situations I can come across where my actions can shift the balance of light and darkness in the world and within. Not to mention, I need to find friends from the past that can help me stop the world leaders from destroying everything, and get me some cool rides as a bonus. And then there's a tribal war, which is also affecting villages nearby that I can help rebuild, but at some point I'll need to stop that war, and not just the tiny skirmishes all around. Taking outposts from the other tribes is an increasing challenge, but I have to fight the tribe leaders too. Whatever I choose to do, I need to get stronger and find better gear so that this little ball of fur may survive the eventual showdown with the big bad wolf and forge the destiny of the world of Biomutant. Thank you for joining me on the saga of Biomutant. Cute little animals and revenge. You know you have to hit that like button. Fine, maybe you wanted to have actual mutations, like I did. Then drop a comment, share your opinion, be a part of this saga. Now, I know games with tiny animals aren't for everyone, but I got you covered. Check out my other videos. This one was very fun to make, so I hope you enjoyed it more than I did. If so, remember to subscribe to the channel. Means a lot. And if you haven't yet because you decided to get a hamster after this video instead, be sure to check my social media when you're back. That's all for this video. See you on the next.